So, welcome to today's social media class, video marketing for, or actually, social media marketing for beginners, both using video and Facebook. Um, Welcome to today's class. Just a quick introduction of who I am. My name is Anthony. I work here at Orange County Realtors. I've been here now for a little over 18 years. Started off in the MLS department, so I know guaranteed I'll speak to everybody regarding rules, regulations, violations, and all that fun stuff. What I'm also involved with is our outreach program. Our outreach program is designed to give you training on all your tools and products. So I train not only on MLS, on how to run searches, how to modify listings, creating CMAs, but I also train on zip forms. So how to use your free member benefit offered to you by CAR for creating your transactions, digitally sign them, and of course, all the advanced tools that zip forms has to offer. And of course, I love training on technology. I love showing agents how they can utilize their mobile tablet devices to help better their business. Now, in the past, I used to say, I want to help you to go paperless in your business. And of course, if anything, 2020 has shown us that technology has really made everybody upgrade their game plan when it comes to technology, because it's beyond just logging into the MLS and getting your documents digitally signed or physically signed on your tablet mobile device. We can now use our tablet mobile devices for other important things to make our business run. Okay. Social media interaction, video marketing, everything like that. Okay. Now, just so everybody knows, we are recording today's video. Everybody who is attending today will get a copy of today's video along with our follow-up email today. So I encourage everybody to feel free to ask as many questions as you want. If I go over something too quickly, please stop me, raise your hand, type in your question, and I'll be more than happy to read it back to the audience, and we'll go over it again. If you haven't noticed, I do tend to talk a little quickly, and I apologize for that, hence why we also record. But I have had a cup of coffee today, so hopefully we're just going to help you guys start off with the basics. Now, just real quickly, do I have anybody that's never ever created a Facebook business page or done a video before, or even gone on YouTube to make a video channel? And again, you don't have to, you can type that into the, I think it's the Q&A section. And so far, I don't see any questions or, whoops, there we go. You have not, Cameron? Okay, not a problem. So today is going to be a very basic class to go over how to set everything up to get you to begin posting. Our second class today, which will be this afternoon, we'll go over the game plan on how to, give you ideas on content, how often you should be doing these platforms, things like this. Now, real quickly, just to go over some hard facts, why Facebook? Well, Facebook is the largest social media network in the world. More than 2 billion people are active users every month on Facebook. Okay, this makes Facebook the largest social media platform in the world. It's funny that if you were to make Facebook a country today, it'd be the largest country in the world, more so than China. China has 1.4 billion people in their country, and Facebook has more people. More than 75% of Americans log in every day. 93% of consumers go online before they list or buy a home. They want to be able to see how the market is, go on the market, and they actually go on social media to look for agents and data, which is kind of interesting. Now, what's really also interesting about this in your clientele base or your customer base, 62% of millennials, which are today's clients, found an agent on social media and went with that agent. Now, the number one reason why they went with that agent was that they felt that they got to know the agent personally. So social media, as much as some of us probably have never ever used it before, is a very interesting tool because this allows a window into who we are as not only a real estate agent, but as a person. And one of the major things that millennials really look for is that connection with somebody. Okay. And we'll talk a little bit more about that, but this is why you guys need to have some sort of social media presence. Now, real quickly, 90% or more than 90% of realtors do use social media. Uh, Real estate Facebook ads ranks actually number 7 with an average click-through rate of less than 1%. So with all the types of ads and all the types of businesses out there, you guys are actually number 7 out of all these businesses when it comes to Facebook targeted ads. Now, when you think of a click-through rate, meaning that people actually click on an ad at 0.99%, less than 1%, this makes you number 1. Now, funny enough, the number 1 Facebook ad that actually gets more clicks than you guys are car ads, auto ads. And they're at 1.09% with a click-through rate. So you guys really aren't that far off in being number 1, right? Now, 62% of marketers say that Facebook obviously is their number 1 most important social media platform that they need to go with, probably because you have a potential client base of more than 2 billion people that you can touch and connect with. 57% of Facebook consumers say that social media actually influence their shopping in some fashion, right? People's reviews, commentary, and how they got to know the person definitely influences them of going with certain companies, certain products, or even better yet, certain agents. Now, here's some mind-blowing facts about YouTube. YouTube has more than 2 billion unique visitors. Okay, more than 30 million visitors go on to YouTube each and every day. It's actually the second largest search engine in the world next to the Google search. Now, funny enough, Google owns YouTube. So Google owns number 1 and number 2 search engine in the entire world. Now, with 2 billion unique visitors or unique users onto YouTube, this makes YouTube also number 2 social media platform in the entire world. So Facebook ranks up there as number 1 with 2.04 billion people, YouTube 2 billion users. Number 3 social media, by the way, is Instagram. Okay. Now, when it comes to videos, these are updated stats from 2020. 5 billion videos are watched every single day by 30 million people. Okay. 500 hours of video are uploaded every minute of every day. More than 1 billion hours of video are watched on YouTube. Okay. By the way, that makes YouTube also number 1 being the term boob tube now. Anybody here remember the term boob tube? Boob tube was an old term that related to television when I was a kid. Basically, mom and dad could sit us down and we became dumbfounded or boobs in front of the TV and didn't have to say anything, right? We were just mesmerized by it, right? They could leave the house, you know, who needed the babysitter? They just turned on the TV and sat us down when we could watch our cartoons, and they could leave for hours on end, right? Today, YouTube is that platform. Okay. More than 10,000 videos on YouTube have generated over 1 billion views. And we probably have all seen those, right? The cute animal videos, the dog, the cat, the classic fails where people fall down and hurt themselves or whatever, right? The comedy, those types of videos always get a ton of views. Now, 70% of YouTube users watch the video to help them make a purchase decision. Okay. So even though YouTube is also great for entertaining, it's also great to gain knowledge and information. 80% of YouTube users said that when they watched a video, it helped them make a purchase decision, and said that they watched a video at the beginning of their shopping process. So before they made a decision to go with a particular product or a particular person, they actually watched videos about that product or about that person, which helped them make that decision to go with that person or to go with that product or even buy that house. So this is a huge, huge thing for you guys. Demographically, 6 out of 10 people prefer actually watching online videos versus TV, right? In an average month, 8 out of 10 18 to 49-year-olds do watch YouTube for some reason, not just entertainment, but again, for knowledge. I'm sure all of us have watched on YouTube some sort of how-to video, right? How to redo your pipe in the kitchen sink, or how to create a fire pit in your backyard that's got a gas line to it, right? They've got videos on everything to do everything, right? We don't have to crack a book open anymore. Now, because of YouTube and online video being such a popular thing, they predict by 2025 more than half the YouTube or half the viewers under the age of 32 will no longer subscribe to paid TV. Now, the reason why that is cost. Watching YouTube is free. Going online is practically free. The only thing you need is the internet. But when we think about this, how many of you still pay for TV? Probably most of us here today, right? You're probably spending about $150 a month, which if you multiply that out by 12 months, that's probably close to what? $3,700 per year in a paid TV programming venue. You probably got what, 500 channels, probably the HBO or the game TV package, right? And you've got all this going. But if we think about this, YouTube practically is all free. They do have a paid service, but for the most part, they're free. As a matter of fact, I dare you to not turn on your TV this weekend during Super Bowl Sunday and watch the Super Bowl on YouTube, because it will be live streamed. And as a matter of fact, if you do run both side by side, you're probably going to see better commercials on YouTube than you would on the TV program, because that's where everybody's at, right? Can you imagine saving yourself $3,600 a year without having to pay TV anymore? I know I did. I dropped my TV service years ago when I started adding up the costs, and I totally stream. As a matter of fact, I do have Netflix and, of course, HBO Max or whatever, where I'm paying a fraction of the cost that I was before. So I'm still saving myself tons of money and getting the shows that I like to watch. Now, mobile users, more than 70% of YouTube views do come from a mobile device. Why is that? Because it's easy and everybody's got it in their hand. And of course, people spend an average minimally 40 minutes per session, meaning a session is when I turn on the phone, swipe it, and I can watch TV. We all have probably seen this when we go to a restaurant, or we used to, right? Kids would run around like crazy little animals all over the restaurant. Mom and dad whip out their iPads or their phones, turn on a TV program. The kids all of a sudden got really quiet and were able to watch their program. Now, here's another real mind-blowing fact about YouTube: income. People gain income from YouTube, right? Making their channel, putting up videos. Now, funny, YouTube does gain revenue from all the commercial ads and stuff like that they do put on people's, or insert into people's videos. They actually earn 2 times greater year per year in their income revenue. Now, when it comes to actual YouTubers, they've actually discovered that children actually make the most money on YouTube. Now, I want you to think about this. You guys buy and sell property, right? You get these commissions. You probably are very good at selling homes. You're probably earning a good average income per year. Maybe what? Between, say, $100,000 to $300,000 per year. Funny enough, just doing a quick 2, 3, 5-minute video, children are making more money than you. As a matter of fact, the highest paid YouTuber was an 8-year-old back in 2018-19 by earning $26 million from YouTube. And the videos that he was creating were what they call unboxing videos. So basically product review. An 8-year-old child. Now, I didn't put in the second highest earner. All right. The second highest earner was a 5-year-old child earning $20 million for the same type of videos. So it is amazing that our children can make more money than we do. So I think all of us are in the wrong business here, or we need to enhance our business by implementing videos and hopefully maybe one day being able to monetize our videos because we have interesting information. By the way, are there any questions so far? Have I blown everybody's mind? Have I caught everybody's attention with how much money you could potentially make just from your own videos? We are too old. David, there is no such thing as too old. You'd be amazed at how many people I know that are my age and older that are making tons of money. Are we going to get a recording of this? Yes, you are, Sadiqa. You will get a copy of this. All right, real quickly, ways to market on Facebook. There are 3 major tools that Facebook has that anybody can use, okay? You've got the pages, right? The Facebook business page. It's similar to your personal profile, but it's for your business. It's actually geared for your business. As a matter of fact, if you don't have a Facebook business page right now, and you're trying to do business through your personal page, I almost guarantee you that Facebook will suspend you from Facebook. They have in their agreement of terms that if you're going to do business, it must be generated from your Facebook business page and not on your personal page. Okay. Now, the biggest thing on this is that users will like your page, which will send them automatic updates when you actually post something on your news feed on that business page. Now, the next tool is the targeted ad. Targeted advertising platform. Okay. You create the targeted ad for the specific geographic area, ages, education levels, interests, etc. Right? Now, this can be a bit of an expensive tool because it all, how long the ad runs, how many people you want to try to get, what you're trying to get the ad to do, so on and so forth. You can set a budget, but it is slightly expensive. Excuse me. And the third tool that you can use is groups. Groups are basically discussion groups that you can create. Okay. It's got additional features. You can add in profiles, invite people in, and exchange ideas. Now, funny enough, out of these 3 tools, 2 of them are free. So Facebook pages, like the business page, and of course, groups are totally free. Now, when it comes to groups, we want to think of a group like a party. Okay. Anybody here ever been to a party? Probably a couple of us, right? Now, were we the popular person in the party, or was there somebody there at the party that seemed to have everybody gravitate to them because they were the center of attention, right? They came up with certain topics or certain things to get people to talk about and things like that to cause engagement. Well, think of a group in that sense. A group can be a group of people that you invite together to share like-minded ideas, right? So maybe you're marketing a certain neighborhood, some of your friends that are on your Facebook page or even on your business page live in that same area, invite them to that area group. That way you can discuss what's going on in your neighborhood, right? Oh, we have a lost dog. We have, the HOA has decided to do this, start this project, this, that, and the other, and people can share these ideas and discussions. It doesn't have to be always about, hey, buy the property that I just listed. Hey, I just sold a property, right? That's all well and good to talk about, but at least you're going to be the center of a discussion. People can have independent discussions, but at least you are pulling people together. And maybe you make introductions. Maybe people discover, because this is a neighborhood group chat, that people didn't realize that their neighbor down the way was this person, and that they've now developed a bond, and you are the center of why that bond has been created. And people are thankful for that. Now, how can you use YouTube for marketing? What I always tell agents is that you want to create an image of authority. Okay. Your business videos are going to contain your business views and ideas. Okay. You got to provide an aura of expertise and of authority, right? Business tips and strategies will get attention. Okay. You got to be able to help provide them help and value, which will ultimately earn customer respect. Okay. As people are watching these things, they're going to start recognizing you as a trustworthy expert for information. So you don't have to be the salesman. You don't have to be the used car salesman that has been attached to real estate agents. You know your industry. You have certain ideas on how certain things are to go in a transaction, what clients need to do, right? In building this credibility and trust, you got to entice them with more than just the sales pitch. You want to build that rapport, especially with the millennials. They need to feel that somebody is reaching out to them and want them to earn their trust. Okay? It's all about the relationship build. You got to give them a reason, right? Give them a reason for customers to evaluate your services and product. Okay? Now, you want to show customer engagement. So one thing that I definitely would recommend in helping you do this is client testimonial videos. Do I have anybody here that's about to close escrow soon, or you're in escrow right now? Maybe one or two of you. Okay, good. So what I would suggest is the day that you close escrow, you go to hand the keys to the client. What I would suggest is whip out your phone and say, excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Sui, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to use you in my video marketing. So would you mind telling the audience what you thought about my services? And, just speak 30 seconds and just tell me what you thought. And then just record them. Let them speak off the cuff. That video is going to have so much more impact because people are going to see their emotions. They're going to see their satisfaction, right? A 1 minute long video can convey what 1.8 million words can convey. So it's one thing that they write a review, but most people don't like to read. But if it's done in a video, they're going to watch that all day long. And what's going to be interesting is that maybe Mr. and Mrs. Sui show that excitement, right? Oh, thank you, Tony, so much for getting us our property. We thought it was going to be really hard, especially in today's age where it didn't seem like there was a lot of inventory. And of course, we thought our credit might be a challenge. Thank you so much for hooking us up with our lender. And this is a great home. We can't wait to move in tomorrow. Right? That's going to have so much more impact because people will see genuineness from your clients. And by the way, video is way more engaging than the older forms of media, right? People enjoy watching videos. Our earlier stat today was people watch 1 billion hours worth of video each and every day. Now, one of the other cool things is people are going to want to leave feedback. They're going to like or dislike what people have to say, or even what you have to say about things. But more importantly, they're going to ask maybe other questions. And this is one key thing that you need to do. You got to make sure that if somebody asks a question, you need to give the answer. Show that willingness to engage with your audience that you're trying to connect with. So if you give a video about tips to list your home or tips to be able to prepare to list your home, and somebody goes, hey, I've done these steps, what's the next step? Tell them what that next step is. But more importantly, show that, because if you don't answer them, that just shows your audience that you're not willing to connect with them. Okay. All right. So now let's go back to Facebook. Let's start with creating a Facebook business page. Now we had mentioned, or someone had mentioned earlier, that they have yet to create any social media platforms. So this is going to be great for you guys because we're going to start you off at the ground level. Now at this point, I'm just going to leave my presentation and we're going to kind of go live. Now what I would suggest in this case is that you always, and I love the fact that the Zoom link here blocks my web windows. Here we go. we're going to log into our Facebook. We're going to be at our Facebook business page, or I'm sorry, our personal page. Now, I always suggest to agents that you want to create your business page from your personal page. And the reason why that is that you're going to entice people to be friends with you, to be able to build a relationship beyond just business. Okay. There's nothing wrong with agents creating a business page directly from Facebook, but I think the tools and the things that you can do are going to be very limited if you just have a business page, right? Because anybody can have a business, but when it comes to social media, the biggest thing about social media that we have to remember is that people feel the need to have a connection. They have to have a want to connect with you, right? It's one thing to do business with somebody, but it's another thing to connect, to give them business, right? I only give business to people that I trust. And how do I trust you? I have to get to know you. Okay. So I always talk about making sure that your business page is linked to your personal page. Now, how we create the business page is very simple. Here from my personal page, I'm going to come over towards the top right corner and click the plus sign where it says create. Now, when I click on create, I'm now given a list of choices here that I can create for my personal page, one of which here is the page. When I click on the page, I can now create my business page. Very simply, I'm going to name it. Now, when it comes to naming your business page, I'm going to remind you here very quickly that you have DRE regulations when it comes to first point of contact. By any chance, does anybody know what your first point of contact regulations are from DRE? Anyone? No one knows what their requirements are by DRE? Well, let's show you. If you're not sure what first point of contact requirements are as set forth by DRE, we're going to very simply jump over to the website dre.ca.gov. Okay. From here, we're going to do a quick search on their website, and we're going to type in first point of contact. Now, when we run this search, we're going to be given a list of different articles, one of which says the Real Estate 559 license disclosure requirements for advertising, created on 5/19 or revised on May of 2019. When we click on that choice, PDF file is going to open up for us. Now, here on the PDF file, this is where we're going to want to look at certain things. Okay. And let's see here if I can annotate. What we're going to look for here in this chart is the first point of contact requirement. Now, if you look here under media, it says the first point of contact requirement is considered by, or what is considered as first point of contact are business cards, stationery, flyers, television ads, print ads like newspaper, periodicals, etc., electronic media ads like internet, radio, cinema, video, audio, etc. By the way, this also includes social media because it is on the internet, okay? Brochures, leaflets, so on and so forth. So, in creating a Facebook business page, we got to make sure that we meet our first point of contact requirements. Well, what is that? That is your license name and, of course, your broker's name and, of course, your DRE license number. So, first point of contact requirements mean your legal first name and last name, your license number, and, of course, the brokerage name as on their DBA. So when it comes to Facebook requirements or the Facebook business page name, we're going to at least conquer two of these three requirements. And the way we do that, if I can get back here, is with the business page name. Now the business page name should be as follows. Your name, comma, indicate maybe that you're a realtor, space, and then your DRE license number. Okay. Here I've identified that this business page is dealing with real estate, right? I'm a real estate agent. I've got my legal name here, and of course I've got my DRE license number here. So I've at least met 2 of my 3 requirements for social media. Because what's important about this is that anytime I create a post, the title of the post will always have the business page name at that point. Now, how do I get that 3rd requirement, the brokerage name, in? Well, when I go to create the post, I'm always going to begin the post with my company name, right? So and then whatever I'm writing about or posting about. So that way, when my article gets posted up to my wall, I have met all first point of requirements needed for social media as set forth by DRE. So the business page name will have my first name and last name, or maybe even my group name, the Breed Group, as an example, or the Breed Team. Then it's got my DRE license number. And then, of course, when I create a post, I will begin it with my company name. So as an example, when I go to make the post, the title of the post will say Anthony Breed, realtor, number, sign, my DRE license number. Then the body of the post will say Jack and Jill Real Estate, space, dash, and then what I'm writing my post about. Okay. Part of creating your business page, the category, in this case, you're going to type in real estate. And of course, describe your page, which is basically the about section. Once you do that and you hit, or you can come down below here and hit about, which is again the description. You got a 255 character limit. So be creative. Be a little creative. Make yourself stand out amongst other real estate agents, right? When it comes to the profile fail, most people will always repeat themselves to make them sound like everyone else. Work in the real estate industry. I have 15 years of experience. I love working with buyers and sellers in and around Orange County, LA County, Riverside County, so on and so forth. Hit me up if you ever want a great real estate agent for your needs. Does that make me sound like everybody else? Probably. How many of you have seen that on a lot of real estate agent profiles when you look them up on the internet or in social media or even on Facebook? One thing I would definitely suggest in your standout is talk a little bit or try to put some personalization into it. Got started in the real estate industry about 15 years ago. I do help people buy and sell in and around Orange County, LA County. But if you really want to know where the great restaurants are for Italian, fine dining, these are the places I would suggest: Newport and Irvine. Hit me up if you want to know more about what properties are available. Right? So I've indicated that I'm a real estate person. I'm a real estate expert dealing with buyers and sellers in and around certain counties, but I know certain specific things that people might be interested in wanting to get to know me or what I have to say. Okay. Are there any questions on this? Now, after you create the page, okay, or as we're creating the page, let me see here if I think I'm missing a button here. Nope. After I create my page information, the description, I'm now going to go home. Okay. And if it'll let me. Oops. Oh. Why won't it let me go? Should be able to go home now. Nope. Come on. I did that. Come on. My buttons aren't working for some strange reason. Great. So what should happen here is that after we create that page, there's now a few extra things that we need to make sure that we do before we publish the page. Okay. And just looking real quickly back here to our presentation, there are a few things that we need to do before we activate. Okay. Number one, we got to make sure our images are up to date. Okay. So here on our Facebook, come on. That is fairly annoying. There we go. Here, when we get to our page, there are a couple of things that we want to do. We want to make sure that we have a background image and, of course, our profile picture. Now, this is where we're going to have a little fun. Even though I've got my title, my name as an obvious identifier that I'm a real estate agent in the industry, the background image, when I click on edit, what I would suggest, this is where you're going to want to put in your, say, business card. Okay. Maybe you make a copy or you have a graphic of your business card. Now, what's nice about your business card, it's got not only your personal logo, but your company logo. Plus, it meets all first point of contact information about who you are and what company you're with as set forth by DRE. So as a background image, what I would suggest is that you have that as your background image as well. What you want to do is be able to help people immediately identify you with being a real estate agent with a particular company. Now, the reason why I also don't have you put in the company information as part of your business page name is that heaven forbid you ever leave one company to go to a different company. Now, what's interesting about Facebook business page is that, or pages, is that you're only allowed to change the company or business page name twice, ever. So you're very limited in this. This is why I want you to always name it your name with your DRE license number. Reason why is that your name will hopefully never ever change. And of course, your DRE license number will never ever change. That's why when we create a post, we always put the company name there, because if we did go from one company to the next, it's just a matter of just changing that one particular post or that new post at any given time. Same thing with the background image. Here, if I have my electronic business card up here, right, where it's got my personal logo, maybe my catchphrase, but it's got my phone number, my email address, my DRE license number, my full name, and of course, it's got my company name and my company logo. If I were to actually change from one office to another, all I need to do is upload a new image. So I don't have to change much. Now, as your personal profile picture, make sure this is an updated picture of yourself. Don't be like some of the agents that I know that are still using their photos from 30, 40, 50 years ago, right? This is how people see you today. This is how we build our rapport. We got to be truthful in who we look like and who we are. So if you haven't done a profile picture in a long time, say it's been longer than 5 years, chances are you probably need to get a new one, right? All of us go through changes, right? Some of us gain gray hair, some of us lose hair, some of us gain hair, some of us put on weight, some of us lose weight, right? This is how people see you today. So make sure you upload those images. Now, the next thing that we're going to modify here, besides our background image and our profile image, we're going to come over here to the left-hand side and we're going to click on settings. Now here under the settings, we're going to do a couple of things. First, under the general settings, this is where we can go to begin to publish our page. But if it's not ready to go yet, leave it at unpublished. Reason why we want to leave it at unpublished is that there are a couple of things that we want to modify here. Number one, are we dealing with age-restricted content, right? Do we want to talk to everybody out in the world, or do we only want to gear our business towards people who are 18 and over? Okay. Anything that you modify here, save your changes. The next is your profanity meter. Now, this is what I want you guys to turn on. Profanity meter means um, people cannot use profanity on your business page, not even you. Okay. Now, if it's turned off, that means you can write cuss words all day long. Now, unfortunately, there are people out there called trollers who love liking someone's business page or video, and of course, they love trying to cause arguments and fights. Okay, and of course, will write the most heinous language out there. So this is where we need to have and exercise our own personal code of conduct of how we want business to be conducted, how we conduct business, and of course, how we handle those type of trollers. One of the things that we definitely want to do here is click on edit and turn on the profanity meter and turn it to strong. Okay. That way people cannot, and it will block those types of posts. Okay. Another thing that we can modify here is the translate automatically on our business page. That means that if somebody in a foreign country or even has configured their computer into foreign languages, this will now convert my business page automatically into their language that they can read. So what we want to do here is select the edit button and check mark show my business page or show my page in the appropriate language as displayed on their computer. Okay. And of course, converts languages when appropriate. Save those changes. Now, at the end of the day, by the way, maybe you're deciding to retire from real estate. You can also delete your page. Oh, I do see here we did get a post here. Would you say a business page would be better than a personal? No, you want to work them in conjunction, right? Personal is always great because people are going to get to know you personally. The business page is where we need to begin to do our business. Now, what's really interesting is that if the two are merged together, if I do post something to my business page, I can share it directly onto my personal page. So what Facebook wants to do or see in their terms of agreement is that business is being conducted on the business page and you're not trying to solicit people personally for business, right? It's just they want to see that business generated on the business page, and you can always talk about it or gear it towards certain friends on your personal page if you wanted to. Let's see here. Advertising. Let's see here. I'm a realtor on stories and etc. I've noticed sometimes a business page won't have as many followers or won't connect as easily with someone on my personal page. Thoughts? You're going to actually have a couple of avenues on this. I always like pushing people to my personal page. Anybody who likes my business page, I'm going to invite them as a personal friend. But we'll go over that here after in a minute. Okay. Does that help you, Thigo? As I take a swig of tea here. For those of you also who are Instagrammers, you may or may not be aware that Facebook also owns Instagram. So Facebook owns number 1 and number 3 social media platforms in the world. So those of you who have Instagram accounts, here on your Facebook business page, under your page settings, down below over here towards the left, we can click on Instagram, and we can now connect our Instagram to our business page. So now we can, when we post, say a video to our business page, we can also share it to our Instagram account. So it helps connect with 2 different types of audiences. Now, once you've set up everything the way you need to here under your settings, at the very top under page visibility, we're going to click on the edit choice and we're going to make it from published or unpublished to published. Once we do that and we hit save, We're now off to the races to request likes. Now, when it comes to the likes, some people go, well, what's the big deal of getting people to like our business page? Likes are super important. Number one, it's going to start unlocking certain features that a business page will offer its members. Okay. Now, one thing that I would definitely do is request your personal friends to like your business page. If you get more than 10, or I think it's actually more than 20 likes on your business page, this will unlock a lot of really cool, interesting features on the business page that you may or may not be aware of. Okay. But it starts putting that out there to the world. Now, what's really interesting about the like is the social graph. So when someone, this is the power of the like. When someone likes your business page and then you go to post to your wall on your business page, not only do those people that have liked your business page are notified about your post, but it's their friends that have not liked your page yet are notified that you have posted something to your business page. And then their friends are posted as well. So what does this mean? This means that, say, as an example, I get 500 likes to my business page, right? And of course, each of those 500 likes has at least 500 friends each, and those friends have 500 friends each. So now when I post something to my business page, not only do the 500 likes get notified, but each of their friends get notified about my posting. So potentially you can hit 175,000 people with just 500 likes on your business page. And this is all free. You don't have to boost anything. You don't have to post. All you got to do is just post. And people are notified about your posts. So it's important to try to get people to like your business page. Well, how do you get that? Organically. Well, we just let people know that we have a business page in our marketing. Now, I know Facebook likes to charge people, or there are service companies out there that love charging exorbitant fees to get people to like your business page. But I can honestly tell you, you do not need to do that. If you have a client today, tell them that you have a Facebook business page and that they should go to your Facebook business page and like you for more, to like your business page so that they're given updated information about what's going on in the business. Not just your business, but community stuff and information and other things like that, because this is where we need to start curtailing content. Okay. Now, another really cool thing with the likes is that you get to see, based on your notifications and interactions. And let's go back here. So if I go back to my business page, here I can create a post. So when I create a post, and then whatever my post is. Okay, so to demonstrate here, there is my business page name. So Anthony Breed, realtor, my DRE license number, but now I've begun every post with my name of my company. So now when I post this post, I've met all first point of contact requirements as set forth by DRE. By the way, the fines that DRE will hit you with is about $2,400 per post. I've known one agent to get more than $12,000 in fines because they posted something to their business page and that post did not meet all first point of contact. And they had 3 posts. So, or 3 or 4 posts that didn't do that. So, and DRE sent them a fine for it just randomly. And they literally have an entire team of 40 people going through agents' social media platforms. Okay. But now just say we get a like. So now what we get to see here is we get to see insights of how many people we've reached, how many pages or how many likes we've gotten. What's really cool about this is if I have the likes, I actually get to see who liked my business page. Now, when I do that, I am going to invite that like to be a friend. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, Tony, wait a minute. If I'm only doing business, why do I want them to my personal page? Because I've got a lot of personal things here on my personal page. That's okay, right? Now, one, we don't have to post everything about ourselves, right? You do have to exercise some sort of privacy, right? You don't want to let everybody know about every little thing that you're doing in your life. I mean, it's kind of nice, but let them have a little bit of an insight. But when it comes to getting and generating and maintaining relationship business, people want to build a relationship with you. A business page, great. That's all most of my business views and what's going on in the business. But does that really speak to me? Speak to my audience, my likes, about what I am like personally, right? How do they begin to build this trust with me if they don't or aren't able to know me personally? This is why I invite them to be friends. Now, if I do invite somebody to be a friend, this is where we need to exercise some categorization, as it were, and it's called the lists. What we want to do is we want to put our friends into lists, because not every friend is a family member. Not every friend is a client. Not every, and go back to my home screen. So here on my personal page, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to edit my friends. Okay. So here, when I'm editing my friends, I can click on my friends, and from here I can edit my friend list. And now I can put them into their categories. And I can apply multiple categories to friends. Now, I do believe there is a way to create a list. And I just got to find that button. There we go. Friend lists. Here under the friends list, I can now create as many lists as I want. And I now need to categorize people. So I've got leases, I've got sellers, I've got buyer lists, I've got a client list, I've got real estate lists, and of course, family and friends. Okay. Now, once I've created my lists, I'm now going to go back under my account. I'm going to go to my friends, and now I'm going to apply or edit each and every friend. So this friend is not in is an unnamed list, but now I'm just going to assign them to a list. So now I'm going to put in that they're a close friend, they're a client, and maybe they're also a buyer. Okay, just like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my quick list of friends and apply the necessary list to these friends. Now, why is this good? Well, now what I can do is that when I go to post or write a post, say on my personal page, instead of everybody seeing it, you see right underneath where it says my name here when I'm creating a post. This post is going to go out to my friends list. But what I can now do is click on the down arrow and say, push it to a particular list instead. So the likes that I've gotten from my business page that I've requested to be friends on my personal page, I can now write certain things to my wall that goes to those specific people on that list. So even if I were to reshare a posting from my business page back to my personal page, I can now gear it or aim it to people or certain friends on my lists. Anybody like this? Anybody have any questions on this? No one's got. This is great. Awesome, Pat. Excellent. All right. Let's see here. So that's one way of dealing with this. Oh, by the way, content, you got to develop a content strategy, right? You got to dedicate time. You got to operate under the code of conduct, what you will and will not tolerate kind of thing. Just make sure that you don't get into arguments with people. Try to get them offline, right? People will have a field day just trying to argue with you on social media, right? And then the sad, unfortunate part is that once it's on the internet, it can never go away, right? So this is where if someone definitely has a very strong opinion about something, or um, they just want to be argumentative, be as gracious as you can, right? Like conducting all business. Just, hey, I'm sorry that you feel this way. If you want, why don't you give me a call and we can talk about this offline? Because this is not the avenue for this type of conversation, right? You're saying it very politely, you're saying it very kindly, even though you may think that they are the most horrible person in the entire world. You're showing your audience of how you can maintain control, right? By the way, track and adjust when needed, right? So if you start getting a lot of likes, start getting a lot of comments on particular posts, then start making more posts like that. And then more importantly, stick to it. Okay? Dedicate yourself to it. If you're going to dedicate the time, operate on this kind of conduct, and you're dedicated to posting, stick with it. It's not going to work right away. It does take time to build this, especially when people aren't used to you doing business in this fashion. It will take some time. Okay. All right. Cool things when you post. You can do the targeted advertising ad because of the demographic information Facebook has about its users. You can create a targeted ad. Now, this has changed a little bit, so you can't discriminate against age anymore. So even though it might be a 55 and older community that you're posting to, that you want to make a targeted ad about your property, unfortunately, with the targeted ad, they got rid of it. It's 18 and older. Okay. But you can still put in maybe incomes and things like that. People do surprisingly talk about their income, and they do put that as part of their profile. So that's kind of interesting, and so much more. Now, again, the targeted ad, you can say how long the ad's going to run, and of course, how much you want to spend. Now, the boosted post, which is far less in the way of money, will take the existing post that you post on your wall and boost it to other people. So you can actually, when you say boost a post, hit a certain type of interest or demographic, but it's not as heavily detailed. Now, the other big thing when it comes to the posts, or the boosted post versus the targeted advertising, it's where it's placed in the news feed or on the business page, or not on the business page, but the excuse me, where it's found when somebody's in Facebook. Unfortunately, Thai, I am not going over how to create an ad. That would take at least 20 to 30 minutes, and we're still geared to go over how to set up a YouTube and post a video on YouTube. So that'll be our next. Okay. All right. So just real quickly, for those of you who probably have seen this before, a targeted ad will always show up in the body of the news feed. If you notice here, we've got the tees. It's an ad about t-shirts, or let's see here. Here we go, comicbook.com. This is a targeted ad. So what they did was they found people of interest. They pay a money, their fees, and now it shows up in their news feed. Now, the issue with a targeted ad is that as you get more and more news, right, other people's postings, things like that, that will shove the ad further down on the list. Whereas a boosted post, however, will show up here to the left or the right of your, and let me see here. Yeah, a boosted post will show over to the right hand side of your screen, and it will sit there for a time period. So you'll probably have noticed that sometimes when you go to Facebook, and let's see if I can, there we go. These are boosted posts. So Shop Plant-Based Today, which is a business page, wrote something and they boosted their post, which now sits here on the right-hand side of my screen. The targeted ad, however, will be in the news feed itself. So as I'm reading the news, I'll see the ad. And maybe if I want to learn more about the ad, I will then, as we hopefully will find an ad here, learn more, comment on it, or react to it, because this is what the ad would want us to do. So when you're making the ad, you basically dictate what you're trying to do or generate from the ad, like business leads. And then they can click on learn more, you capture their information, and now you can reach out to that person. Here, however, the boosted post will allow me to go in, view this, and maybe like her business page. So if we click on this as an example, I'm now being taken to this agent's business page or this person's business page. I can see what they are selling on their business page and go from there. Or on, in this case, Albertsons.com. They probably didn't spend nearly as much money as this person here in creating their targeted ad, but the results are still the same. Let's see here. Things to avoid when it comes to Facebook: the profile fail. So make sure that your profile is fully filled in before you make your business page active and published. Lack of consistency or content scheduling. So you got to schedule time to be consistent. You'll hear me talk about this in second class at least 3 times a day. If you only go to Facebook once a week or once a month, don't expect a lot of information, right? Don't expect a lot of return on your investment. If you only go on there once in a while and you post, it just shows lack of engagement. Even if you were to write a post, that post may be barely seen by any of your friends or even any of your likes. Now, I call this an avoidance: posting just listings. Doesn't mean that you can't post a listing periodically, but if that's all you post, people don't like to be sold to constantly. You've got to come up with content above and beyond just a property for sale or for lease. Okay? Talk about the community. Talk about what's going on in the community. Talk about what's going on in the business. What's the market like, right? So you've got to give them more than just what's for sale. You got to give them information. You've got to give them a reason to trust you. Lack of interaction. Again, if somebody writes a question or writes a comment, take 2 or 3 minutes and write a comment back. Okay. It just shows that you're willing to engage with them. And of course, don't be selfish. It's not, contrary to popular belief, right? Even though social media does, allow people to talk about themselves, you guys are more than just that. It's okay to talk about yourself periodically, but if you have ever met with somebody or sat with somebody that the entire conversation was all about them, how did that make you feel? Probably made you feel like you weren't ever being heard or that you were even valued. In this case, when it comes to social media, if you only talk about yourself, right, and nothing else going on in your life, then people don't feel like they're even being valued or that you would ever value them as a friend or a business partner. Okay. And that's what I like to call consumers every once in a while, is that they're your business partners. So you want to help give them something of value to allow them to be valued or feel that they would be valued by you. Okay. All right. Let's not forget about YouTube. YouTube is very simple. Okay. Creating a YouTube account is very simple. We can go to youtube.com, go to where it says sign in, click, create an account. Now, when we create an account, it requires us to have a Gmail account. Why is that? Because Gmail owns, or Google owns, YouTube. Now, out of curiosity, how many of you do have a YouTube, or I'm sorry, a Gmail account? Loretta, the boosted post will stay up there until the ad runs out. So if you said, I want to spend $50 to boost this post, that that post will stay up there until that $50 runs out. Just like the targeted ad. The targeted ad can run for 2 whole weeks, and you say, well, I only want to spend $100, then it's going to figure out a way to run that 2-week ad to go through your $100 investment. So it just depends on how much money you want to put towards that boosted ad. And give yourself a limitation. Try $50 and see how, see what interactions you get from that boosted post. Does that help, Loretta? Awesome. All right. So let's go to Gmail or Google. If you already have a Gmail account, then you already have a YouTube channel pre-created for you. It's one of your free member benefits. Being a Google or a Gmail user is that they will give you access to certain things absolutely free, and one of which is creating a channel for you. Okay, so how we access this, if we happen to be on Google Chrome and we have a Gmail account, very easy, we're going to log into our Gmail account. Now, if you've ever noticed here on Google, if you're logged into your Gmail account automatically, you'll probably notice that in the upper right corner, there is a photo of yourself, right? Or your initials, depending on if you've ever filled out your profile for your Gmail. But right off to the left of your information or your picture, there are these 9 little dots. Now, these 9 little dots, if we click, will now display a list of all the free tools that Google offers all of its members. We can immediately jump over to a Google search, access Google Maps, go to Google Play, right? Or the Play Store. Google Meet, which is their online video platform for hosting virtual meetings like Zoom, right? So instead of using Zoom, you can use Google Meet instead to meet people or talk with people. Obviously, your Google contacts, Gmail, Google Drive, your calendar, so on and so forth, right? By the way, they also have document editing software, Sheets, Slides. Sheets are Excel, Slides, PowerPoint, and Docs, which is Word. This is all free to you. But you'll notice here near the top says YouTube. So when we click on YouTube, we're now going to be taken to the YouTube. Here will be a list of videos that are suggested or based on our watching. But you'll notice here that immediately over at the right-hand corner, we've got our picture or profile. When we click on our picture or profile, we get a list of drop-down menu choices here off to the right, one of which says our channel. Now, this is where we're going to begin to set up our channel. Just like our Facebook business page, we need to set up our channel to be able to begin to post our videos. Now, how we do this, very simply, several steps. Number 1, we go to Customize Channel. When we go to Customize Channel, from here, I'm not going to worry necessarily about the layout, but I will worry about the branding. Under the branding, I'm going to make sure that I have an updated profile picture of myself for my channel. Underneath this is the banner image, the background image. Okay. Now you'll note, again, this is a great opportunity for us to make sure that our channel has our first point of contact information. So like our Facebook business page background banner, where I suggested that it would be your business card, on your YouTube channel, and if I can get back there again, on our YouTube channel banner image, we want it to be our business card. Now, we may need a someone to help us with graphic design or image editing, because the banner is long but short. It must be at least 2048 pixels by 1152. So if we have Adobe Photoshop or Paint or some way to be able to manipulate our picture, or maybe we ask somebody at the office, like our marketing team, to create our business card image for our social media platform and give them those dimensions. And they should be able to do that for you. Okay. Very simply, just click on change. A little window is going to open up. We can now browse our computer and upload that image. Okay. Now, another cool thing here with the branding is that we can also add in branding to our videos. Watermark. Okay. I'm sure some of us who have seen videos have seen in the bottom right corner of some of the videos, their personal branding or their company logo or their personal logo, right? This will at least tie our videos to us. So what I would suggest, maybe meeting with a graphic designer to create your own personal logo. I would avoid putting your company logo here, because the last thing you want to do is develop video content and again, give it over to your company. Okay. You want your own image here. It's great that I have my banner image with my company logo already on it. And in the body of the video, I'm going to have my company information somewhere in the video, right? Either in the beginning or at the end or at both, right? Because I got to talk about what company I work for at that time. But I want my own videos to have its own logo. Okay. So if you do have a graphic design, maybe, that you've manipulated your name or maybe your group name or whatever, you can upload that. Very simply click on change, find that image and upload it. Now, when you upload it, how long do you want that image to be part of the video? Do you want it at the start or at the end? Or in my suggestion, or based on my suggestion, make it throughout the entire video. Now, what's nice about this is that you have now copyrighted your own video content to you. So even if somebody were to take your video, right, and try to share it onto their websites or whatever, you have now branded your logo to make it yours. So even if it's of a property, you've got that. Now, this means that we can't take a video from my personal YouTube channel and upload it in the unbranded video link of a listing, right? Because if I've got branding and I've got my channel branded, then that's not allowed in the MLS unless it's under the syndication video. Next, tab over, basic information. Here under the basic information, the profile. So like the business page, here we've got 1,000 characters, not 255. So we can elaborate what this channel is all about, what we're trying to do, and of course, again, profile us, right? I love creating video content for people to understand how easy it is or what they need to do in order to buy, sell real estate in the state of California, specifically Orange County. But these videos are also going to contain my business views and, of course, great places where you may want to go and eat and, shop or whatever. If you ever have anybody, or if you are interested in buying and selling property, please give me a call at any time, right? Something very simple for my profile. Now, once I've updated the basic information and branding information, I'm now going to come back over here towards the left-hand side and choose settings. Now I've got to set up my channel, right? So under the settings. Here we're going to go to the channel section, and now I'm going to add in some keyword searches that are going to be able to help people find my channel when they do either a YouTube search or a Google search. Now, I'm sure most of us attending today are familiar or have heard the term Google AdWords. Anybody familiar with Google AdWords? Probably a couple of you, right? What's Google AdWords? Google AdWords is basically you pay Google a certain amount of money for certain words or phrases that if they're ever searched, that your content is now found higher on the list of the Google search, right? Now, if we want to save money for our YouTube channel, right? Because that can cost a lot of money. This is all free. So what we're going to do is type in our keywords to be able to find our channel. All we need to do is click in the box and type in several words, and we're not limited to the amount of words that we need or can type in here to have our channel be able to be found. Now, what are some of the words that we're going to need to type in? Well, maybe real estate, California, our name for sure, right? Maybe Orange County, LA County, maybe what you kind of do, right? Maybe buyer specialist. I'm going to hit tab. So as I type in the words, I'm going to hit tab, and now that keyword or set of keywords are now saved. And again, I can have as many as I need. Now, how many of you have names that people constantly either A, mispronounce, or even better, misspell? And again, you can probably raise your hand or just type in there me, right? Most everybody, right? Or there are a lot of us. Well, this is a great way of being able to get yourself found. What I would suggest under your keyword searches for your channel, type in all the various ways that your name is spelt, right? So in my case, my last name especially is spelled B-R-I, E as in elephant, D as in David. But I can't tell you how many times my name is mispronounced. 48 years old, I still have people mispronounce my name. They call me Bride, they call me Breeden, they call me Breed, right? Or Bard. I don't know how they get an A-R-D out of that, but it got me thinking, let me start misspelling my name. Now, the reason why I've started doing that is that when I first developed my channel, I just typed in my last name as normal, either Anthony or Tony, Breed, B-R-I-E-D. And for a while there, my channel was found. I would tell agents, go to YouTube, do a search for my name. This is how you spell it. You should see me at the very top of the list. Well, a year went by, and in January, people all of a sudden started calling me back going, hey, I can't find your channel unless you sell brides gowns or bridal gowns. I'm finding brides weddings and gowns and all this other stuff, but not you. So I started looking, and I noticed that those companies started misspelling the word bride, B-R-I-D-E, right? So that got me to think, well, geez, everybody misspells and mispronounces my name. Let me start putting in all the various different spellings of my name. Now, all of a sudden, I'm right back to the top of the list, and I've not moved since. So misspell your name. Now, this is for your channel to be found. The advanced settings here under the channel, you want to you want to change the setting here to, I want to review the video setting for adult or kid-friendly content. Okay? Meaning, is the content that I'm producing geared towards people 18 years or older, or is it geared, or can people under the age of 18 watch my videos? I usually like to leave it at, let me evaluate it at the time that I upload a video, only because if you're doing, say, community videos, it's okay for a child to find out about it if they're going online, because maybe there's something that's going on in the community that's geared towards children, and you want people to know about it. So you do a video about it. So at this setting here, under the advanced settings under your channel, leave it at, I want to review this setting for my video or for every video. Now, the next thing that we're going to modify is our upload defaults. So when we upload a video, there are certain things we want to set as a default so that we don't have to keep typing things in over and over and over again. Like the title of our video. The title of our video will always change or be added to or added on for the specific video. But I want my title to always begin with 10-minute learning series. Now I can modify that at any time, but the last thing I want to have to type over and over again is 10-minute learning series and then whatever the video content is. In your case, maybe you might want the Keelak team presents and then leave the colon afterwards. That way, when you upload a video, maybe it's 123 Main Street virtual tour or video tour, right? Or home tour. Or maybe, living in the Sebring community, right? The last thing we want to have to do is type in the beginning parts of our title. Now, next is your description. Now, obviously, we're going to leave room in here for the basic description of what the actual video that we upload will hold, but this is a great opportunity to how you want your description to begin and maybe end. Part of your ending will be, for more information, please contact me at Tony@ocrealtors.org, phone 949-586-6800, extension 104, and of course, DRE number, blah, 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 right? So here I can have a beginning, middle, and end, and even better yet, go to my webpage at www.imtoocoolforschool.com. And of course, friend me on Facebook or like my business page, right? So stuff that I'm always going to have as part of my description, I'm going to type in. I'm going to leave open-ended information here so that I can type in an actual description of the video or whatever video I do upload. But if you'll notice here, this is information that I can type in and not have to worry about typing in ever again. Oh, and by the way, our description should also have our first point of contact information in it as well. So maybe we also, with our DRE license number here, Jack and Jill Real Estate. That way I have, at least in my description, have also that first point of contact. So no one should be able to ever say that none of my videos or any of my social media content doesn't have some sort of information about what I, where I work, what I do, and of course my DRE license number. Next here, under visibility, 9 times out of 10, all my videos are going to be uploaded to the public. And of course, I've got tag words that I can assign to my videos. Now, obviously, I'm going to have tag words for certain specific videos that I do post, but I'm going to put in some of the tag words on how the video itself can be found. Now, you can almost mirror your keywords from your channel to your video. So again, all the misspellings of your name, the county, the city, wherever you're marketing, the state, whatever you need, but leave yourself enough room because you're only allowed 500 words total for tags. And again, these are all free. Okay. Under the advanced settings here, You don't need to worry about this other than what type of videos do you generally upload. Unfortunately, there is no real estate category. It may fall under how to or style for you guys, or what is it? Education, because you like to do educational style videos to educate people. And of course, after you do these two things and you hit save, you're now ready to upload videos to your channel. Are there any questions on setting up your YouTube channel? Oh, and by the way, this is our branded channel, right? And of course, I want to make videos for MLS. And of course, MLS requirements are no branding, no information, things like that. Well, we can create as many channels on YouTube as we want because we do have a Gmail account. All we need to do here is come back over to the upper right corner, go back to our channel, and then from here, what we can now do is when we come back to our channel, we should be able to go to settings. Under our settings, we can now create a new channel. In creating the new channel, we're not going to add a background image. We're not going to even upload a profile image. Maybe we make it a picture of a tree or something. But the name of that channel will be something very, very generic, right? Maybe, unbranded Orange County videos, right? Whatever is not already taken. And from there in the setup, we're not going to allow that channel to be viewed publicly, but we're going to make that channel be unlisted. Okay. Now, what I mean by that channel being unlisted, that means that no one else can find it. So they're not going to reference that channel. But what will be nice is that when I upload a video to that channel, like a property video, because that video has no branding in itself, and that video is only meant for MLS, I can then copy that link of the video after I upload it and then post it on the unbranded video section in the MLS. And I hope that makes sense. But to post a video, very, very easy. Or to upload a video. I go to my channel, and from here, I've made a video. Maybe I've got it on my phone, or maybe I've used a video editor like WeVideo as an example to make my video content. Okay, whatever that video is, to make my video content. Now I've got that video on my computer, and I'll just minimize this here so you guys can see this. I've got a video on my computer. Now what I can do is in my channel, come over to the top right corner and click on create. From here, I've got two choices. One, I can go live. Going live is like doing a Facebook Live, except you're on YouTube doing it. Now, by the way, what's funny is that YouTube came out with YouTube Live a whole year and a half before Facebook did Facebook Live. The only big issue is that YouTube never ever promoted going live and doing live videos from their own platform. Google did and has been very successful with this. Okay. But what we can do from here is choose upload a video. Now, when I choose upload a video, I can now browse my computer for that video, or even better yet, if the video is on my computer, just simply click and hold that video, drag it onto this window, and then let go. Now the video is beginning to upload. Now from here, we'll notice that certain things are already pre-typed in. Why? Because that's our upload defaults. But now what I can do is type in the specifics of the video, like Laguna Hills, California, 92653. Right? Our description. Now, all of a sudden, with all that data that we had already typed in here, I'm just going to click in this box here and type in the specifics for this description. So maybe now let's go through this beautiful, if I can spell, 2-bed, 3-bath, 1,700 square foot home, right? Both granite counters and kitchen. So on and so forth. From here, I can select an image. Image is all based on picking one of 3 spots somewhere in the video, usually in the beginning, middle, or end. Or I can upload my own custom screenshot. Down below, under the audience, is this video child or adult friendly? Here I can pick that because I allow myself that choice to do so. So maybe this is a property that I know somebody under the age of 17 will not, glean any great information from, right? Down below are the more options here. We've got some of our tag words. This is where we're now going to add in other key tag words for this particular video to be found on a Google or YouTube search. Now, when it comes to the title or the tags, what I would definitely suggest, writing in the tag word for the title. So in this case, maybe I'm going to type in virtual tour video of 123 Main Street, Laguna Hills, right? And then I go, you know what? Maybe somebody doing a search may not type in that full sentence, but maybe they'll type in video tour of 123 Main Street, Laguna Hills, and tab. Or maybe I go, you know what? Let's play with the title even more. Video tour, virtual of Laguna Hills, California, or Laguna Hills, right? So I'm going to put in, whoops, and of course I accidentally deleted all of them now, but just know that you could do this and put in up to that 500 character count. So now, even though they are finding my channel based on the keywords that I've chosen, I've now put in other specific tag words for this video to be found. So if they have those videos or those searches, we can now pull up those videos specific, right? Which now just elevates us higher in our list. Okay. Now, once we do that, we go next step. Here under the video elements, you can add an end screen like subscribe. I highly recommend that people subscribe to your channel because those subscribers will now be notified anytime you upload a new video to your video channel. And then at the end, under visibility, this is where we have our default of we want the video to go public, right? Or it's not listed, or it's totally private and that they have to be a subscriber to this channel to be able to put in a password to be able to view this video. Typically, listed or public videos are great. Public videos, you want everybody in the world to find it. Now, the other one is really cool is the schedule. Now, the schedule is great because you'll hear me talk about this in the next class about consistency, right? But I know how busy your lives can be. So uploading a video once, twice, or 3 times a week can be a little tedious, right? And again, you want to show consistency. So if you're getting people used to seeing video content every week, but say you're going on vacation for the next 3 weeks because you have you deserve it. You decided, geez, I'm going to crank out 3 videos, right? Just make them all, but I need to schedule them to be released. It's great that public is great because that means that now everybody sees it right then and there. But if I do that for 3 videos all at once, now for the next 2 extra weeks, nobody's got any videos. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say when I want that video to be scheduled to be released to be found to the public. So now I can pick a date. So maybe this video needs to go out on the 12th at 1:15 p.m. So now when I hit schedule, on this date, at this time, this video will then be released out to the public for them to find it. So this now allows me to relax on my vacation. I don't have to worry about, geez, did I do a video on this? Or geez, did I got to do a video at this time. I can at least pre-schedule those videos so I can crank out or make a bunch of them and then slowly release them. Does that make any sense for it? Does anybody have any questions on this? And again, back here, we're down all the way down. Let's see. No questions? Looks pretty simple. One video I definitely would recommend that you guys do today, if not today, maybe tomorrow, is an introductory video. Introduce who you are. Take about a minute just to talk about yourself. Take your phone out, or maybe you're sitting in front of your computer and you've got a camera on your computer, and record a video. Just introduce who you are and then post it and then share it. Now, by the way, when you create that video, by the way, and I forgot to talk about that, when you upload that video, and let's just go into one. When that video gets posted, then what happens is a link is now created for this video. Now, all I need to do is take this link, copy it, and now I can start posting it around. I'm going to put it into certain marketing. I'm going to put it on my website. I'm going to link it into my website. So that way people actually get to see it. Sadaka asks, should the introduction video should have the broker name? Of course. Your introduction video should always say something like, hi, my name is Anthony with Jack and Jill Real Estate. I'd like to I'm with the Breed Group of Jack and Jill Real Estate. So nice to meet you guys. And then just speak. So write down a really brief script, but yeah, definitely indicate who you are with what company. Okay. And then if you have a video editor like WeVideo or iMovie or oh my gosh, Movie Maker, which is a PC one, or Adobe After Effects, you can always add in titles as well as part of your video, but that's for a whole nother class. But here, take that video, share it out to the world. Now, the next thing you also want to do under your video basics is track the analytics, how well the videos are doing. Okay. See when, what videos are being viewed the most, by whom. Okay. Because analytics are super important because that's going to help dictate your content, right? What videos get viewed the most, how long they're being viewed in a set time period. In this case, for the past 28 days, I've had one video get watched for about 11 minutes. 722 people have viewed it in the past 30 days, and this video was uploaded back in 2017. So I can tell you that I personally know that video has got more than 26,000 views, which has been pretty amazing for me for being a 3-year-old Zip Forms video. And of course, I've got other videos that have newer content about Zip Forms that don't have as many views, not yet anyway, as the old one. So my old one somehow still has a lot of traction and still gains a lot of traction. So this is a great way of seeing that. And of course, if you see what's getting viewed the most, you're going to start making more videos like that. Are there any other questions? Well, if there are no other questions, I want to thank everybody for attending today's class. If you have any questions, please feel free to either call me or email me. You can email me at Tony, Tony, at ocrealtors.org. And I'll write that. I don't think I can write that here in the chat. Or you can call me at 949-586-6800 extension 104. Now, before I go, I also do want to give you guys kind of a homework assignment. So a nice call to action here. So just something simple. Create a Facebook business page. What'd you name it? Create your YouTube channel. In your Facebook profile, did you set up your background image, the about your section, publish it and request likes? On your YouTube, make sure you upload your background image, the about section, set up your defaults in your setup screen, and of course, post a video. Now, if you want, reach out to me and I will be more than happy to email you this presentation so that you have it for your records along with the video. So are there any questions before we go? Sadaka asks, where can I advertise my YouTube videos? Everywhere. Your website. You can even advertise a YouTube video on Facebook or even on Instagram. So say as the example here, and I love this, when I go to post or create a post on my Facebook business page, I can, oops, I forgot to copy that one video. So that's okay. I want to copy a video link here so you can see how easy it is. So I'm going to click on that link, or not click on it, but copy it. And now when I'm in Facebook, all I need to do is right click and paste. Whoops, wrong button. In my butterfingers. Right click and paste. Oh, where is it? And now that video is now going to be embedded in this post. So that's one way of sharing it. And again, I can boost it, or if I'm creating a targeted ad. So if I go to my ad section here, in the creation of the ad itself, I can post that video. So if I go, oh, I want to promote my page, accept. Now all of a sudden I can, in this ad creation, under my edit options, I can post that video. What was the homework, Sadaka? The homework is to create a business page and create your YouTube channel. Make sure that each one you've set up the appropriate settings, like your background image, the about section, the name, and of course, publish your Facebook business page and then request the likes. Under your YouTube channel, make sure you set up your background image, the about section, your default video setup, and then of course, post at least a video. And if you do that, then you're on your way of starting your social media marketing. Are there any other questions? How can we pin? What do you mean pin? Pin what? The video? Pin the intro. In YouTube, under your channel setup, and actually, when you're uploading the channel or uploading a video, it'll ask you, would you like this video to be a feature? Right? So here under the basic info, I can actually paste that video here, or I'm sorry, not the URL. Under the layout, the channel trailer. So here I can add in that channel trailer, pick one of my videos that I've uploaded to be the main video for my channel. So anybody going and finding my channel will see that video immediately pop up. Another way of doing it on your business page, there used to be a place where I could upload the video and have it there as part of the channel itself. And let me see if we have that here. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Enter location, website, business hours. They took that away. It looks like, I thought, Jonathan, is there a way? I thought there was a way to post a video on your business page, or at least have
Yeah, I'm aware of using a video as your cover image, but I'm not aware of a like featured video that stays at the very top.
Okay, but there is a cover image video that you can upload, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what you could do, Sadaka, is that you can, is it under the background image here? Choose, yeah,
Yeah,
choose
see,
from
yeah,
videos.
videos.
So here you could have choose from videos. Now, I don't know if it plays sound or not. It may just be the images, but you could do that. I would assume that it's got sound.
Unfortunately, it does not have sound. It's just
Excellent. So it doesn't have sound. All right. But as you do post on here and creating a post, you can upload photos and videos, which would be in the video photos section of the business page. So you can upload that intro video here under create a post. So when you go to send out your request of likes, that post is already there so people can see that intro to your channel right away, which I think I've got one somewhere down here. But down below, we've got all of our other videos and our photos and everything else. Let's see here. Drop down the 3 dots. Create a page, like other actions, or are you talking about the edit? So on the video itself. Okay. All right. So the three dots. Sounds great. All right. Are there any other questions, anybody? I think I just spelled tea on me. All right. Well, if there are no other questions, I want to thank everybody for attending today's class. I hope to see you guys here at 1:30 to go over content and strategy. So how to be consistent on Facebook and on YouTube, types of videos to record, types of content to post, and things like that. So hopefully that will make you guys' lives a lot easier. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day, and I will talk to you all really, really, really soon. All right. Bye-bye.